Hi. So we all are aware of the magic that Viz brings to our living spaces. And now Viz has added one more layer of magic to their system, the Viz Spacesense. So what is Viz Spacesense? Viz Spacesense is industry first Wi-Fi based motion detection technology, which is developed by Viz and is used exclusively in Viz systems. Now how it is different from the conventional motion detection systems is that it does not need a dedicated hardware to be able to detect motion. The motion detection system is within the Viz lights itself. And B, it does not need any direct line of sight because this system works on the variations in the Wi-Fi signals across the room when some motion happens. There is no need of any line of sight. Any motion in any part of the room is detected by the system and the actions taken as per that. Now how is the system useful? Now if I am a person who does not like to be bothered to switch on or switch off the light every time he enters or exits the room, this system is going to be very useful, very convenient for me. Now let us see how to set up Viz Spacesense in our living space. To set up Viz Spacesense, you need at least two Viz Spacesense enabled Viz lights. Because in this system, one light has to act as a beacon and other has to act as a processor. Basically these two elements, the beacons and the processor, communicate with each other to find out if there is any variation in the Wi-Fi network in the space. Now we need to have one beacon. Generally it is going to be the light which is at the center of the room, and there can be as many processors in the room as you want. The more are the number of processors, the better will be the motion detection that you will get out of the system. Now let us understand the system better with a live demonstration. So for the purpose of the demo, we have a Viz strip light and 4 downlights installed, and now let us activate the Viz Spacesense system in this room. So I have my phone here and I have the Viz V2 app already installed on my phone, and I have these 5 lights already configured into the Viz application. Now let us configure Viz Spacesense. So here I go to automation tab and I see a Spacesense on the rightmost corner, upper corner, and I see a plus button here. I click on the plus button. I see living room, which is the only room that I have configured in the system. I click on living room and it asks me to select the beacon. There is going to be one beacon and all the other lights is going to be the processors. The light that is at the center of your room is the most preferred light to act as the beacon. So I will click on select a device and I see LED strip. In my case, LED strip is going to be at the center of the room. So I will select LED strip as the beacon, click on next and I click on OK. Now it is asking me to select processors. I click on select devices. I see all my other downlights here. I select all of them and click on OK. I click on next. Now it is asking me to walk outside the room, and once outside I should not stop moving and I should press next. Now let us see why the system wants me to move outside of the room. Because the system wants to study the room for how it looks like when there is no motion happening in the room. So it knows what the no motion state looks like, and when that state is disturbed, the system would know that there is motion happening in the room. Alright, so now I will move out of the room. Alright, so now the system is calibrated. Now let us see, I click on the living room and I see a lot of settings that I need to configure. So I have the sensing settings. Now here I have 24 hours duration, I like to keep it at 24 hours. Action when motion is detected is set to on, which is what I would like, and action when there is no motion is set to off by default, which is what I like, which is what I will use the system for. Now it is asking me an option to select the delay for the action when there is no motion. Now I would like to keep it at 0 minutes for now for the purpose of demo, but you can set it to 1, 2, 3, whatever value you like. Let us keep it to 0 for the purpose of this demo. Now we have another option of sensitivity settings. Now here I can decide how much sensitive I want this system to be. So for example, if I have a pet and I do not want the lights to turn on when the pet is roaming around, I can give it a lower sensitivity. And if I want the system to be extremely sensitive, a slight hint of a motion should turn on the system, I would keep the sensitivity to a higher setting, let's say 8 or 9. And there's another option of advanced, where I have an option to select the delay for manual override. What it means is that if I have manually turned on or turn off the light, the Wiz Spacesense will not work for the time that I select here. I would like to keep it at 10 minutes. So after I turn on the light, for the next 10 minutes, the Wiz Spacesense system will not work. Now with all the systems configured, let's test out the system. Let's turn off all the lights and move out of the room. And now, as I move back into the frame, ta-da! So it works. This is the Wiz Spacesense magic. So that was Wiz Spacesense for you. I hope this video helped you to understand the system better. It's a new technology. It's a brand new concept, industry first, launched by Wiz exclusively on the Wiz platform. Let's make the best out of this.